The courtroom had never felt so cold. Not because of the air conditioning, but because of the weight in the air. A suffocating silence that settled between whispered rumors and camera flashes outside. The energy was different this time. Tasha K wasn't strutting in with her usual smug aura. Her heels still clicked confidently against the marble, but her eyes were darting, scanning faces like she was searching for someone or something that might save her from what was about to unfold. Bambi was already seated. No team beside her, just her and her lawyer, arms folded, mouth pressed shut. The internet had been ablaze for days following the explosive leak, the Zoom call, the producer testimony, the anonymous intern post that shook the foundation of VH1's reality empire. People weren't just calling it a setup anymore. They were calling it criminal. And now the judge was calling it to order. Ms. Tasha K. The judge said, adjusting his glasses slowly, "Do you understand why you've been recalled to testify today?" Tasha K stood, nodding cautiously. "Yes, Your Honor." Her voice cracked barely, but enough for the gallery to notice. "We have new evidence presented to this court. Not only does it contradict your sworn testimony, but it raises serious concerns of obstruction, defamation, and monetization of sealed content. You are now being investigated for potential perjury and contempt." Gasps erupted. A woman in the second row clutched her chest. Reporters scribbled faster. Bambi didn't flinch. Tasha's lawyer jumped up. "Your Honor, we request a recess." "Denied," the judge said flatly. The footage speaks louder than legal tap dancing. The screens lit up with the now infamous Zoom recording. There was no editing this time, no ambient music. Just raw footage. The grainy Zoom frame showed Tasha K sitting on her couch, sipping wine. Nodding as a VH1 producer said, "If she hits you, it's over. That storyline becomes the whole season. We'll protect you legally. Just let her walk into it." Another screen popped up beside it. Timestamps, metadata, legal verification. Then the voice of Tamika, the former junior producer who had risked her career to leak the call. "I couldn't let it happen again." Her voice played over the room. "They told us to isolate Bambi, trigger her, make her snap, and when she did, they celebrated." The room fell into eerie silence again. Tasha K's jaw tightened. She whispered something to her lawyer, who nodded and stood. "Your Honor, with all due respect, my client did not plan or script any assault. She was a target of aggression. She did not control what producers were saying behind closed doors." The judge leaned forward. "But she monetized it, didn't she?" The lawyer hesitated. Tasha K finally spoke. "I shared my side of the story, yes, that's what I do. That's what the people expect from me. You monetized a hospital video within 24 hours of the incident. You promoted it with links, sponsorships, and branded hashtags during an ongoing investigation," the judge said. "You turned trauma into thumbnails." "I was hurting too," she snapped back. "I was bleeding, scared and wired," the judge interrupted. "According to the metadata pulled from your own uploads, that content was edited the same night. By a professional team. You weren't scared, you were producing." Outside, social media was exploding. Hashtag Tashan trial was trending worldwide. Reddit threads were dissecting every timestamp, every screen grab. Fans were divided. Some defended her, saying she was just doing her job. Others were calling her a fraud, a manipulator, a danger to the integrity of reality television. Inside, the judge signaled for another piece of evidence. This time it was a text thread. Dozens of messages between Tasha K and an unnamed producer. One read, "Push her. Talk about Scrappy's kid, that's her trigger." Another, "Don't worry. If she swings, we got insurance and legal coverage." And the final one that sent shivers down Bambi's spine. "Clip it. Slow it down. Add echo when she screams. Makes her look crazy." The judge rubbed his temple. "Ms. Tasha K," he said slowly, "do you have any idea how dangerous this is? You conspired to provoke a mental breakdown for views. You capitalized on it. And now you sit here acting like you're the victim of bad editing." Tasha stood firm, but her voice cracked again. "I didn't ask for this to go that far. But you let it," he replied. "And that makes you complicit." At that moment, the courtroom doors opened. Scrappy walked in. He wasn't supposed to be there. He had refused to testify, had kept quiet through the trial, through the leaks, through the chaos. But now, with cameras watching and Tasha sweating, under the fluorescent lights, he took a seat in the front row, arms crossed. Tasha glanced at him. He didn't blink. The judge asked for closing statements. Bambi's lawyer stood. "Your Honor, We're not here to destroy a woman's livelihood. We're here because my client was emotionally hunted, prodded, and pushed until she broke. Not by chance, by design. And Ms. Tasha K not only participated in that design, she profited from it. This isn't reality TV. This is reality. Then, Tasha K's lawyer stood. My client is a personality. Yes, she reacts. Yes, she reports. But she was caught in the machine like everyone else. She did not script the trauma. She documented it. The judge raised his hand. I've heard enough. A moment passed. The gallery leaned in. In light of the evidence, this court finds that Ms. Tasha K participated in a deliberate scheme to provoke and exploit emotional violence for financial gain. She falsified the context of her injuries, misled her audience, and violated multiple ethical and legal standards in doing so. Tasha stood frozen. This court hereby sentences Ms. Tasha K to 45 days in county jail, effective immediately, for obstruction of justice, perjury, and contempt. The courtroom exploded into murmurs. Cameras clicked. Scrappy's eyes widened slightly, but he said nothing. Bambi sat still, a single tear sliding down her cheek. Not victory, not satisfaction, just relief that someone finally saw it. As officers approached to escort Tasha K, she turned back and yelled, "You think this ends me? You think this is the truth? You don't know what she did. You don't know what's coming next." The judge slammed his gavel. That's enough. And just like that, the most unthinkable moment in reality TV court history happened. The one woman who made a living off exposing others was finally exposed herself. The doors shut behind her, and the cameras, both real and metaphorical, kept rolling. Outside the courthouse, the energy had flipped overnight. What had started as a media frenzy was now something else entirely, a digital reckoning. Fans weren't just reacting to a guilty verdict. They were re-examining everything they thought they knew. Every viral clip, every live stream, every moment they'd once laughed at, dragged, or reposted for the chaos. Now, people were asking, how much of that was real, and how much of it was orchestrated? Tasha K's face was plastered across every trending page, but not with her signature, thumbnails or snappy captions. This time, it was raw footage of her being escorted away in cuffs, her lips tight, eyes darting, jaw clenched like she wanted to scream but couldn't afford the bite. News anchors were playing it on a loop. YouTubers went live the moment the ruling dropped. Headlines read, Tasha K sentenced, courtroom chaos ends in handcuffs. One clip went viral where a fan outside the courthouse yelled, "Guess who's doing time for content?" before bursting into laughter. Inside Bambi's hotel room, silence stretched longer than comfort. Her lawyer had left hours earlier. Calls from production. No messages from cast. Just the flickering TV showing a recap of the trial and social media's explosion. She watched herself on screen. A frozen frame of her biting her lip, hands clasped as the judge read the sentence. The internet called it her redemption still. But it didn't feel like redemption. It felt like survival. Then the phone rang. Unknown number. She didn't answer, but a voicemail came in. She played it. "Hey, it's Tamika. I just wanted to say, thank you, for not letting them bury this. I know it's messy. I know it's not over. But you should know more people are coming forward." That message hit harder than the verdict. Bambi stood, walked to the mirror, and stared at her reflection, swollen eyes. Tension carved into her shoulders. Then she grabbed her phone and opened her notes app. She began typing. Chapter 1. What They Never Aired. Across town, VH1 was in freefall. An emergency meeting had been called at the network's Manhattan office. The room was packed. Legal, PR, executives, even HR. Every face was drawn, tense, panicked. The head of production stood at the front, arms crossed, voice brittle. "We are officially exposed," she said flatly. "We've got editors leaking footage, interns dumping documents, and now Tasha has been convicted. This isn't just a brand issue, it's a liability crisis." A legal rep added, "We're reviewing all footage from the last 2 seasons. Anything involving physical altercations or mental health triggers needs to be flagged." "And what about Bambi?" someone asked. "She's quiet for now," the PR head said, "but don't count on it staying that way." Then came the hammer. A junior staffer burst into the room with an iPad. "You need to see this," she said, eyes wide. It was a YouTube video, not from a gossip blogger, but from Bambi herself. No intro, no filters, just her, in soft lighting, voice steady. I wasn't going to say anything more, she began, but the silence feels like complicity. So here's everything they cut. Here's what I couldn't say. Not just about the fight, about the contracts, the pressure, the therapy they made us fake, the scenes they reshot, the lies they told us to tell. The video was just over 6 minutes long, but in that short time, she dropped names. She referenced episode numbers. She hinted at secret recordings, ghost-written confessionals, staged reunions. She didn't say everything, just enough to make the internet implode. The comment section filled in seconds. Fans were stunned. Other cast members started liking the post, resharing it, adding cryptic captions. One wrote, "Finally." Another, "Told y'all, it wasn't all TV." Then Erica Mena reposted the video with a single line, "She's just getting started." Within 24 hours, Bambi's video hit 3 million views. VH1 disabled comments on their last 5 Instagram posts. Brand partners began quietly emailing the network, asking for clarification on what their sponsorships had supported. And the worst of it, a leak from inside the network, a spreadsheet titled Season 12 Storylines, Planned Drama vs. Organic Moments. It went viral instantly. The document listed every major fight, every meltdown, even Bambi's breakdown, and next to it, a column labeled Planned. Some were marked organic, others pushed, Bambi's moment with Tasha K, labeled Engineered Conflict, Approval Pending. Fans were furious. Cast members were panicking. And producers, they started deleting tweets. Meanwhile, Tasha K sat in her holding cell. No glam, no Wi-Fi, just silence. Her lawyer visited and handed her a printed list of headlines. "They're turning on you," he said. She scanned the page. Tasha K cancelled. Tasha K lied on everyone. Tasha K exploited black pain. Then she looked up, eyes burning. "Let them talk. I still got content they haven't seen." The lawyer blinked. "What do you mean?" "I mean if they think I'm going down without taking everyone with me," she whispered. "They don't know who they just sentenced." Back at Bambi's place, her phone buzzed again. This time, it was Scrappy. She hesitated, then answered. "You saw it?" she asked. "Yeah." Long pause. "I didn't know it was gonna go that far." "I know." Another pause. "I want to talk, not on camera, just talk." She closed her eyes. "I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of fighting. But yeah, we can talk." He sighed, almost like he'd been holding it in for months. "There's stuff I never said. Stuff you need to hear." And with that, the screen faded to black. A soft ping echoed through every phone in America. Bambi had just posted a new trailer. The Bambi File, Part 2. Unscripted Truths. The teaser opened with a clip of her whispering, "They edited my voice. They cut my tears. Now it's my turn." And the final screen read, "Streaming this Friday." No sponsors, no filters. Just me. The internet erupted again, but in one dark apartment, Tasha K smiled. "Good," she said. "Let her talk. Let them all talk. Because when I talk again, I'm naming names." The countdown clock hit 0. Tens of thousands of fans were already waiting, comments flying in real time as Bambi's second documentary episode premiered on YouTube. There was no dramatic music this time. No build-up. Just her sitting in a dimly lit room, voice hushed, eyes tired but focused. "They told me it was just TV. That the cameras didn't capture real life, only what they wanted the world to see. But the truth, it captured everything, especially what they tried to bury." The video cut to behind-the-scenes footage never aired. Bambi pacing backstage at the reunion, a producer whispering, "Just let her talk first. Don't get defensive." Then audio grainy but clear of Tasha K laughing off camera. "If she explodes, they'll love it. She always makes a scene." The chat exploded. Viewers typed in disbelief. "So they planned this? Is this why she snapped?" She was set up. Then came the bombshell. A hidden camera clip from a private cast meeting, filmed the night before the explosive episode aired. The lead producer sat at the head of the table, saying calmly, "We're reshaping Bambi's arc this season. Make her look unpredictable. Just let the tension rise until she cracks. She will." The video cut back to Bambi, now sitting still. "They told me to fake therapy scenes, to wear makeup that made me look tired, to retake confessionals until I said what they needed. I said no. They cut my entire storyline. Said I wasn't playing the game. More footage. More leaks. Texts from crew members apologizing. Emails from production asking her to lean into the villain energy. One even offered a bonus for emotional vulnerability that reads as unstable. The documentary ended not with a scream, but with silence. Bambi staring into the camera, saying just one thing. This was never a storyline. This was my breakdown. And they filmed it for fun. As the video faded out, the comments kept rolling in. Fans were crying, sharing stories of their own trauma, tagging VH1, demanding accountability. Hashtags surged. Hashtag justice for Bambi. Hashtag cancel reality TV. Hashtag expose the machine. But across the city, another countdown had begun. In a quiet editing suite, Tasha K's team uploaded their own retaliation. The thumbnail was black. No title, just a caption, Unleashed. It began with her sitting in a JAILED sweatshirt, her hair undone. No glam, just fury. "You wanna play with footage?" she said, voice calm. "Cool, but if we're airing dirty laundry, let's air it all." She held up a flash drive. 12 voice notes. 6 deleted scenes. 3 producer contracts. 1 signed waiver Bambi didn't want you to see. The screen cut to a clip. Scrappy and Bambi arguing in a green room. Her saying, "If you don't stand up for me, I'll burn all this down." He replying, "Then burn it. I'm done pretending this is about truth." The internet imploded. Was it fake? Was it edited? Did it prove anything? Or just add more fire to an already scorched battlefield? Then Tasha dropped the final card. A copy of a contract labeled Cast Participation Incentive Agreement, Episode 8 Bonus Clause. It included a payout tied directly to physical altercation with verbal escalation that trends on social media. And the signature at the bottom was real, but it wasn't hers. It was the executive producer's. Cut to a montage, bloggers reacting in real time. Fans screaming into their phones, Twitter collapsing under conspiracy threads. Reddit moderators locking threads due to extreme emotional content. VH1 panicked. The network pulled 6 episodes from streaming. 3 sponsors released official statements distancing themselves. The president of unscripted programming resigned. And yet the story wasn't done. Scrappy went live. He wasn't glammed up, just sitting in a car, hoodie on, no background music. They used all of us. Every single one. Me, Bambi, Tasha, even Mama D. We were pieces on a board, and we let them play us. He paused, then added, "But I ain't gonna let my daughter grow up thinking this was normal. That what they did to her mama was okay. So if this ends my career, cool, at least I told the truth." Then came the twist no one saw coming. A document leaked, not from a blogger, not from a cast member, from an anonymous network employee uploaded to a file-sharing site. It was labeled, Incident Review Report, Cast Emotional Manipulation Protocols, pages of bullet points, cast profiles, trauma triggers, suggested storylines, risk assessments. Bambi's name was there, highlighted in red. Under her profile, high drama yield, emotional fatigue, exploitable. Monitor closely during conflict scenes. Social media went nuclear. Fans were no longer just angry. They were organizing petitions, hashtag campaigns, emails to advertisers, and VH1. They went dark. No posts, no replies, just a pinned tweet. "We are conducting an internal review. Viewer trust matters." But the trust was already gone, and while the network tried to clean up the mess, the cast was already moving on. Bambi announced a book deal, the cut version, What Reality TV Took From Me. Tasha K, days before her release, teased a new series titled Under Oath, What They Really Hid. Erica Mena announced she was starting a production company for unfiltered, trauma-free storytelling. And Scrappy, he quietly bought out the rights to his old footage. All of it, so no one could ever edit his truth again. As the dust settled, one final video dropped. No promotion, no teaser. Just Bambi's voice. "They tried to script my fall, so I scripted my comeback." Fade to black. A single sentence appeared. This war wasn't about fame. It was about freedom. The screen stayed black for several seconds, before one final hashtag flickered on. Hashtag the Bambi file continues. The internet gasped. And the next chapter had already begun.